How do you do? It would be a little unkind to present this picture without just a word of friendly warning. I think it will thrill you. It may shock you. It might even horrify you. So if any of you feel that you do not care to subject your nerves to such a strain, now is your chance to, well, we've warned you.
We'll do it live! Fuck it! Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live! Fucking thing sucks!
What's up, everybody? I just needed another like 10 seconds because welcome to an exciting episode of the Wyatt's Metal Podcast. Why is my camera being a little weird? How is everybody doing? It is Wyatt Wednesday, as some like to say. Some like to say it's just another day of the week. As I was saying a minute ago, it is a historic day on the Wyatt's Metal Podcast because for the first time ever in my YouTube history, I am eating food on camera. You guys caught me during my lunch break, I guess. I got backed up. Sorry. I usually try to not eat on camera, but I was hungry and I wanted to be here for you guys, so deal with it. I'm just gonna sit here silently and eat. This is gonna be the whole stream. It's pizza. Someone asked Pop-Tart. No, fuck. How old am I? I'd be eating a Pop-Tart right now on stream. Eating food is not metal. It's marinated in beer. Okay, let's go with that. It's marinated in beer and mixed with the pepperoni's made out of vodka. I don't know how they did it, but hey. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Josh L was here very early. It's that time once more, gentlemen and lady kind. That's a good way of putting that. Anakin's anger management therapist. Dad's back. I hope not. I'm not paying any money. Sharon says, hi, all White Wednesday. What's up? Mr. Darkmare. Hey ho, Mr. Wyatt. Have you heard a brand new sound rap in a darker version than rap metal ever? What it's called, trap. Oh yeah, trap metal. And no drums, bass, and guitars. Sounds like crap. You answered my thought at the end there. Yeah. I know of trap metal and trap music and hard pass. If someone else likes it, fine, but no, not my thing. I like instruments. I like all kinds of music. It doesn't have to just be metal, but it does have to have real instruments involved. Kinky Sizemore says, Wyatt, today was the first day for mowing the lawn. Mowing the lawn. I don't even understand the reference, but good. When I was growing up, I had a lawn. Good to see you, man. Thanks for tuning in here. Everyone, do me a big favor as I sit here and eat food in front of you while you all starve, probably. Like the stream. Yes, I am pandering, begging. Please, sir, may I have some more? But he's been a dick lately. The views are down all across the board. It's gotten a little bit better for me and my friends and everybody, but if you would do me the kindest of favors and just hit the like button, I would appreciate it. Costs you only the slightest move of your finger. And besides that, yeah. Cole Bassett's left foot says, what a death growl to our song or Fractured Perception that was playing. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate your comments. We're working on getting more music out. We've got, what do we have? Like, I think we have 7 songs fully done right now, and another that's being worked on. It might even be 8 fully. I don't remember, but we have stuff there. We're just getting it all together, and then we're gonna work on having an album, getting it all out. I would like to maybe not rush, but talk the guys into maybe leaking a single out at some point. Just to update everybody. I don't like it being so stale. But for anyone in the LA area, Dark and Sandy, my band, is playing at the Rainbow Bar and Grill right above Lemmy on the 11th, I believe. So that will be awesome if anyone would like to see us live. And then actually the weekend after that, for anyone in Las Vegas, I am not, Dark and Sandy's not performing or anything, but I will be attending the Geeks and Gamers meetup in Las Vegas. If anyone is into that type of YouTube content, I'm not like personal friends with the guys, so I'm not like with them. I'm going to attend, but my other YouTube friends that I'm on other channels with will also be there, and it'll be a big group hangout in Vegas. I'll probably be the only like metal person, but if you're into nerd shit and just hanging out, that's happening. And besides that, this Friday, I'm going to be on my friend's channel, New Blackstreet, with my bros Atreus and Kata. We'll be talking about all kinds of like current pop culture, whatever topics come up, but that show is ridiculous. I'm quite certain it will be the most offensive stream I've been on so far, so I will definitely share the link and be sure to tune in there. I think that's everything I've got to update people on, really. Stormier says, did you find out what problem your mic had last Wednesday? Yeah. So I don't know. This is a funny story. It'll update a lot on all of my missing live streams lately. Um, I don't know how it happened. Somehow the mic on the actual computer got muted to like where I had to go deep into the settings on my normal computer, bottom screen here. It said it was on. On my StreamYards, it said it was on. And then when I dug into like the settings, audio deep down there, it was somehow muted. I figured that out seconds before starting the podcast with Josta that I just did. What was it, last Saturday, Friday? And I was freaking out because it was about to start, and I was like, "Shit, he's about to like come on." I forgot about this. I couldn't figure it out, and I was really stressing myself out. And then I got it the last second. And then, if you guys saw the podcast, he jumped on, and then he immediately his signal went out, and it took like 10 or 15 minutes for him to come back. And he was saying he was having all types of issues throughout the day too. So I was like, "Oh shit, that was funny." As I was stressing out, being like, "Shit, I don't want to have to like cancel on Josta." He was having like basically the same problem of trying to get on. Um, and then at the end of that stream, he dropped again because apparently he said a house, or not a house. He said a house fell on him. It was crazy. No, he said a tree fell on his house, or at least he thought one did. And so he came back on to be like, "Yo, something happened." All types of problems with YouTube and shit lately, and connections and computers. And as you guys probably saw, I was supposed to do a stream with Tony from Municipal Waste, and I got ghosted. I got ghosted by Municipal Waste. I didn't hear anything at all that day. It wasn't till Monday I heard from my contact with them, and they said like, "Hey, sorry, I don't know what happened. We'll update you." And now we're here. That is exactly what happened. So, I apologize for that. If it gets rescheduled, I'll definitely let you guys know and do it. Because I was excited for it. I was sitting here just being like, "Goddamn Thrash kids." So, if it comes up again, I'll definitely let you guys know. So that was unfortunate. Did you set up your Fire Festival 2 GoFundMe yet? No. I need to figure out how to do chat goals here streaming because my friends do that where you can donate and do super chats on YouTube and have it add up. So if I can figure that out, maybe. But that shit's not happening. If you'd like to donate, sure, but that shit is not happening at all. Pause. I'm getting to it, excuse me.
Boo this man!
Yes, Atheist is a good band. I've seen them several times. They're not one that I like listen to all the time, but whenever I get the chance to see them, I always enjoy it. Super exciting YouTube content. I apologize. Shout out to Cynthia, a 20-year bartender at the Rainbow. I might know who you're talking about. I probably do. If it's who I think of, yeah, she's awesome. Crazy times at the Rainbow. Oh man, I have some Rainbow stories. Many times of being wasted on Sunset Strip and ending up there. Let's see, Rainbow stories would be good to go over. Mostly, well, you see all types of people there. Ron Jeremy used to be there all of the time until I think he's arrested or on house arrest or something. But for years, Ron Jeremy was there like every night, being a creeper. It was gross. If you don't know who Ron Jeremy is, good. I will spare you. It was really funny though to see him there. Remember I saw Crypta there when they were playing in LA. I had a bunch of times where I went to the Comedy Store, which is down the street from Sunset or from the Rainbow. and I'd get drunk at the Comedy Store, and then I'd wander over to the Rainbow. But the craziest Rainbow story, I need to think of how to even tell this one. So, friend of mine who might be in the chat, not that friend, I accidentally clicked on that, my bad. Friend of mine who might be in the chat. So, she flies into LA, and she's never been to the Rainbow before. So the first thing we do is I literally pick her up from the airport, and we go straight over there. It's probably around like 9 or 10 p.m. or something like that. Sidetrack, they do have great pizza there. It's pricey, but for the size you get, and it's worth it for sure. Anyway, we go there, and this friend's favorite artist ever is Danzig. Take that how you will. Always been super obsessed with Danzig. We're there at the Rainbow, we're drinking. We get fairly buzzed. We're not wasted yet, but feeling good. And I see her look over and just like stop. And she almost like starts crying. I was like, what the fuck? I look over. Danzig has walked into the Rainbow. When we were there. That was crazy and unexpected. It was him with his whole band. Apparently it was like the release party for one of his latest shitty horror movies that came out. But so we see him there, and I'm like, oh shit, you gotta go up and ask for a picture, like it's your only chance. And she was like, oh, I don't know, I'm so nervous. And then the next thing I remember is waking up at home because we drank a lot. And I told my friend who'd stayed the night that, like, oh, it sucks that you didn't go up to him or anything. And she's like, what? And she pulls out her phone and shows me several pictures of me and her and our other friend, all of us with Danzig, with the band, with everybody. And apparently we drank, maybe not all night, but for quite a while with Danzig and his whole group. I think we all took a picture with Danzig, but I don't know if we were like talking with him for a long time. But the rest of his band, his crew, the YouTuber, the fuck is her name? That punk rock chick, Erin, with the spiky hair, she was there. That was a crazy night. And then, yeah, so apparently I hung out sort of with Danzig and the group. Don't remember it at all, but it did happen. And that story might be part of many reasons why I don't drink anymore. Yeah, someone commented, Gerber saying I don't drink. This story is not to encourage people. Well, I mean, if you're safe about it, sure. But the not remember getting home part and not remembering the whole interaction and the bar tab was not great. But drink responsibly if you're going to. With Danzig. Even crazier story than that is the next day, we drove to Vegas for Psycho Las Vegas, where Danzig was playing, and when he did perform, he was amazing. To the point where multiple people were looking at each other like, is this like a weirdly good Danzig show? Like, he looks like he's having fun, he sounds great, everyone's singing along. It was weird. But yeah, so that's a crazy Rainbow story. I feel like there's got to be others. They're hard to remember. You know. That's usually how the Rainbow goes. I never got to go when Lemmy was there. I was too young. I always wanted to. Never got the chance. I see the statue there all the time. I stole some of their coasters that are Motorhead. By stole, I mean they probably let people take them, but yeah. Yeah. Anyway. Stormier says, drink responsibly and don't mix drinks, or you're going to paint the walls. Don't make the same mistake. This is 100% accurate. That was my mistake many, many times. I had, my honest, actual reason for eventually quitting drinking was, I had too many instances of not remembering driving home. Nothing ever happened, but I knew that that wasn't because of skill, it was because of luck. And I thankfully had the foresight, even when I was wasted, to see like this is not going to end up well if this continues. So that was a big reason, one of the biggest, obviously, why I quit. But yeah, don't do that. Drink responsibly. That's another reason why I don't want to drink. Yep, that's a good reason. Yeah, that is not an encouragement by any means. Night Fox says, I wish Psycho Las Vegas would come back. It was a very good festival. I would like it to also. I guess they had issues with securing the venue. They went to that new place, I think Resorts World, and they didn't like them there. But I didn't go that year. But that was a great festival. It was very unique. You'd see black metal bands that would rarely play the US, and then you'd get rap artists, and then punk, and then Cannibal Corpse playing in a pool. I didn't put, oh my god, I just fucking realized on my rarest concert experiences video, I forgot to put the pool pits from Psycho Las Vegas. Fuck! Because for those who don't know what I'm talking about, I saw many bands there, but specifically Cannibal Corpse, Power Trip, and Bad Religion playing in a pool in Las Vegas with mosh pits going. It was amazing. I wanted to put that on the video. God damn it. Let me pull it up. I can't believe I forgot that one. One of my buddies is in one of these thumbnails, I believe. Oh, there he is. I gotta mute it so I don't get in trouble. All right, we got... So this was at the Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas. The pool stage was literally in the pool. I'm going to keep it muted. I'm sorry. I know people won't like it, but I don't want copyright. So it was outside. This is sand. So if you wanted to be in the crowd, like in the back, you had to be on the sand. If you wanted to be in the pit or in the front of the stage, you were in the water. This was, I'm not lying, this might have been my favorite stage I have ever fucking been a part of. I mean, the Tulminator Beach stage, you know, yeah, I'd say they're talking, that's a real fucking beach stage and everything. But yeah, those two were the best stages ever. This was so sick. There's Cannibal Corpse up there. The year before, I believe, was Power Trip. I remember them starting and Riley walked out and just went, you know who we are, you know why we're here, and they just started playing and fucking everything up. So stand here, cameraman, this is not me filming, is in the water. And then, let's see. Yeah. This was the shit, dude. I'm somewhere in this crowd very not sober. This was before I quit drinking. Oh, there's better clips. Come on. It definitely got faster than this. Let me find one of those. Probably Power Trip would be a good one. And this was in Vegas, so like, it was hot as fuck. I do hope this festival comes back. It was a massive illegal substances party. Also not being recommended. A lot of these like crazy wild stories I'll tell about myself if I mention that I was like really wasted during it are things I don't do anymore. So I'm not saying like, yeah, go do this. I mean, go to Vegas and see bands in a pool and mosh to death metal in a pool. You should definitely do that. Just responsibly. Fuck, damn it. There we go. That's better. I cannot fucking believe I forgot to put this in that video. My videos take like time to make too. I had plenty of time to fucking remember that I wanted to include. God, I'm stupid. Exodus have amazing mosh pits, absolutely. And I, for one, am stoked for them having Rob Dukes back. I liked him a lot. When I got into Exodus was when he was the singer. So I know I'm a little, maybe a little biased. Not shitting on Zetro either, but for me, I think I got into Exodus when he was in the band, so Dukes was my preferential one. Anyway. I'd love to play the sound, but YouTube be a bitch. It doesn't look like that. There we go. Wait. I thought I saw him myself. Yeah.
Let's fucking hear it! For the old schoolers out there!
Don't get me in trouble. At some point, I would appear. I just don't know when. The weirdest thing about this festival was that it was in the casino, so the venues, the stages were only for the festival goers. The rest of the casino and the hotel is open to the public. So you're surrounded by all these metalheads drinking on many other things, completely wasted, and then like a family with kids will walk by and like old normal Vegas people. One of the stages was in the middle of the floor in the casino, so you actually didn't need a ticket to go to that one. And you would see normal people being like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, that was a good time. Hey, I'm trying to catch up with some comments here. You've absolutely got to listen to heavy metal at the pool. He's right. It's awesome. You got a mosh in the pool, too. Have you seen the Exodus golf cart mosh pit at Full Terror Assault? Yes, I have. I'm gonna pull that up too because that's hilarious. um, hey, I'm trying to catch up with comments. You're telling me that Corpse Grinder didn't cannonball in the pool? I think they strongly advised against that. It wasn't, well, the corner of it was deep, but no. He did not. It would have destroyed the entire pool. Let's see where I'm at. Rest in peace, Full Terror Assault. Is it not around anymore? That was one that I was eager to check out. If that disappeared, I did not hear about that, and I would be very bummed out. Terror Assault Exodus. Pause for dramatic effect. This was the golf cart mosh pit for Exodus at Full Terror Assault. I was not here. I wish I was.
Oh,
I've never seen this before. Look, they're bringing another one in. They're bringing them in.
Fuck it. I've heard that this festival is fucking crazy. It is, or was, I think in the Midwest? I don't remember. But, yeah, I heard it was absolutely... Yeah, they stopped last year. Oh, motherfucker. Ah! I did not know that. That sucks balls. I wanted to check that out. Man, that one seemed cool.
Bring him in.
That is a massive shame.
Yeah, make sure we don't fuck anybody up. We don't want to run anybody over. So watch behind you, because you are in a golf cart pit, which we've never seen before. So you know what song this is gonna be.
You know what I have to say to a golf cart mosh pit?
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
So let's see everybody here and the golf carts do
There's 3 of them.
the toxic.
I need to be careful with the music, but... This is dangerous as fuck, and I would 100% do it. Kind of did stuff like this at Wasteland Weekend. Which I don't think I've talked about on the channel before, but... yeah, shout out to everyone in this video. You are all dumb as fuck, and I love it. And I would absolutely join you in doing it. Atomic Animator. This is Exodus playing at Full Terror Assault, where there are 3 golf carts in the mosh pit. Oh my god, I completely forgot about this. That's another one. This podcast turned into fun festival stories. I wasn't even planning on it. I'll get to that. I wonder if there's video of that. I'll tell that story in a second. We're not done with the golf cart. That's a shame. I'm assuming it probably just like wasn't financially doable, but I heard this festival was fucking crazy. If I knew it was the last year, I would have tried really hard to go. I don't remember why I didn't. Yeah, so... Hell yeah. Alright, yeah. So... that was the golf cart mosh pit. So, friendly, violent fun in a nutshell. There you go. My dad was stone colding beers champion when went. I feel like that's called breakfast at this festival. This one was apparently, like, in craziness on par with some of the European stuff, like Obscene Obscure and shit. Pillow mosh pit, yep. Done plenty of pillow mosh pits on 70,000 tons. See if I can find one of those. Are we watching? I'm not trying to do this. Stop it. I'm not trying to watch myself. Come on. This is... entered some weird, like, Matrix background. Alright, let me do pillow pits first, and then I'm gonna do the helicopter one. I don't know how this turned into funniest mosh pits, but it did. So, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Talking about crazy mosh pits, eating pizza. Rocket is asleep, of course. The best ones were for... It was Origin. I was going to say aborted, but it's Origin. On 70,000 tons of metal, the world's biggest, most delayed metal cruise. Which is a fun time. The death metal band Origin, whenever they play, they have a tradition. And that tradition is... mosh pit, pillow fight. Everyone brings their pillows from their rooms.
Raise your fucking pillows high. Let's see that shit.
This is on a cruise ship.
I want some gladiator shit for this next one. Oh my god. You bold, brave, beautiful motherfucker.
Shout out to Duncan, Pink Power Ranger in the middle.
I'm On the count of three, you'll meet in the middle. Are you fucking with me? 1, 2, 3.
All right. You got the idea. Comfiest mosh pit ever. This goes on for a minute. One year they did a wall of death and someone had a mattress in the front and like plowed into the other side. So, if you need to add to the funniness of that, it was on a cruise ship. Not only is that a fucking mosh pit of pillows. Milwaukee Metal Fest mosh pit features cheese and beer. Probably. It did smell pretty bad at times, didn't it? Gerbert, why eating on stream has never happened, just like how trad death metal bands have never been original since 1999. That is true. Both of these things are facts. What's the funniest mosh pit you've seen? We've been going over them. On 70,000 Tons, everyone wears costumes on the last day. So, there's one year Kalma had a Pikachu mosh pit. It was like maybe 5 or more Pikachus in a circle just jumping together. The Gudalak shit and TP fight. Yeah. That's not fun, but I mean, it is fun to watch, not to be in. I'll watch from the sides. Ugh. People throwing cheese in the mosh pit. New idea acquired. There you go. Where are we at? Origin playing Brick by Brick, April 20th. Nice. They are a crazy awesome band. So the helicopter mosh pit. I wonder if I can find a video of it. Let's see. There is a festival that a lot of people here might not know about called Wasteland Weekend. It is here in Southern California. It's kind of closer to Central California. It's in the middle of the desert. It is a entirely post-apocalyptic Fallout, Mad Max themed festival. It's kind of like a Renaissance fair, but for that. But they do have some bands perform, but they have... It's not about the bands. The bands are kind of like there to enjoy, but it's people set up their own factions. It's kind of like a smaller Burning Man that's not as lame as it is now. Let's see if I can find... I'll just show you guys a quick trailer of it. I went to this festival, I think, 3 times. It's definitely a experience. Weird for me to go to a festival that wasn't pretty much solely about the music. It was about more of the event. So you're like encouraged to spend the time walking around, talking to people, being immersed in this. So these are all custom cars that people attending the event make themselves on their own. And then they bring them out here. Got some war boys. And they drive like 5 miles an hour while looking really cool in the desert. So yeah, it's a whole thing, is what I'm saying. Yeah, it's got all types of different events, and they do have bands play. And one of the bands they have play is my friend's band, Arno Core, who I like to hype up as much as I possibly can on the channel. I'm going to see if there's a video of this first, but... So Arnocorps, the greatest band of all time, they sing about ballsy action-adventure stuff. And separately to that, the Wasteland Weekend Festival, this one group always brings a helicopter. I'm not seeing a video of this. Yeah, group that attends always brings a helicopter. It doesn't have the blades on it, but it's the like skull build, whatever you will of it. And it always appears at different parts of the festival. People literally just pick it up and carry it different places. For Arnocorps, I think it was during their last song, the crowd had picked up and carried the helicopter, literally like 8-10 people carrying a helicopter, into the mosh pit, and then people were moshing around it. Or were they actually like trying to move with it? I think it was like still, and people were moshing around the helicopter in the mosh pit, which was pretty nuts. Yeah, so that's what Wasteland is. You get the idea. Daniel says, just can't imagine the smells. You are correct. You get the idea looking at it. Very dirty festival. Next mosh pit would be with chainsaws. That might be a little dangerous, but I'm down for it. I'm willing to see. Let's give it a shot. Thomas Gonzalez, how many of you run from the area when a mosh pit forms? I like being near the mosh pit. I don't mosh anymore because of an injury I'd gotten. If anyone doesn't know this story, anthrax at Aftershock, I'm 20... I think it was 21? Anthrax at Aftershock. I broke my leg in the mosh pit. Was out of commission for 3 months. Doctors told me I came very close to having a permanent walking disability, so I never moshed again. And if you want to call me a pussy for that, you're correct. But I would rather be able to be a pussy that can walk than being a crippled true cult gatekeeper. I was once told there was a naked mosh pit at 70K, and I'm glad it didn't happen the year I went. I hope not. I didn't see that. That's definitely a pit I don't want to be in. Anakin's anger management therapist. Favorite Mad Max movie, Wyatt? Mine's Furiosa. I'd say Fury Road, probably. I was never that big on all of them, but that movie was badass. Definitely watched it while there at that festival. Stormier says there's also a tomato mosh pit festival called La Tomatina in Spain. Lots of fun. I would do that. I don't know if it's technically a mosh pit, but if you go and wear headphones and play death metal while you're throwing tomatoes at people, then it does count. There are no hot babes involved in mosh pits. That is not always true. It's true sometimes, but not always. Sometimes there are very hot chicks in the mosh pit. And then more than half the time, those chicks are fucking insane. But not always. Night Fox says, the funniest pit I've seen wasn't what happened in the pit, but the song they moshed to, which was Bad Bad Leroy Brown. The song played before Testament took the stage. I don't know why that reminded me. Another funny mosh pit I saw was 2009 Hellfest for the band Europe playing the final countdown. There was a mosh pit. It was funny. I'm coming up with a video right now of funniest mosh pits. I got caught in a mosh. It was during that song. Because that is the song that got me into metal. It is the first song I ever moshed to, and it is the last song I ever moshed to. And that wasn't planned. but I can live with that. How the hell do you break your leg in a mosh pit? Well, for one, I was very drunk. This is before I quit drinking. And was running, going crazy. I don't remember if I tripped on somebody or if my leg got caught, but somehow my leg got caught to where not only the person behind me, but like the 10 people behind him all fell on top of me. And it like kind of bent my knee a bit. Knew something was wrong immediately because I'd never broken anything before, and I was like, this is different. Yeah, that was horrible. Still continued the festival, but it was horrible as fuck. Be more metal, I like the name. It would be great seeing 60 and 70-year-old metalheads in a mosh pit, walkers, canes, and everything. There's videos of like an old woman in a mosh pit and the crowd's like protecting her as she goes around. We can see if we find one of those. These old metal ladies. There was the disgusting one at Maryland Death Fest where this dude was laying on the ground, was already gross, eating out a chick during a band. I don't remember what band it was. It's gross. I remember when that got popular. That was disgusting. Let's see. Hang on. I'm still looking for it. Oh, there it is. Yeah, this is not my video, but it is the classic. Metal as fuck, grandma. She's doing pretty good. So she is officially more metal than me because I'm not moshing anymore. It's good to see something wholesome, you know? Oh, yeah. Pretty great stuff. Beautiful. It was Autopsy, ironically, for the Maryland Death Fest one. Yeah! People remember that. That was nasty. Hypnotic is here. What is up, bro? Says, hail, Wyatt's metal. Hey it! I don't know what I just said. I meant to say hail. Hypno, the king of the bigot army. As always, he must repent. He should repent! Yeah, I stole that clip from you. There was, yeah, someone... Be more metal. Dude drank the woman's piss. Utterly disgusting. You might be mixing up two different stories. Or that he might have also done that too. But there was a story of this cover band playing a festival in Florida where they were, some fan got up on stage and laid down, and the singer of the band pissed on his face. It was a woman, which to me still doesn't make it better. Pissed on his face while performing in front of the people. Yeah. And it was a cover band, too. That was nasty. There's the funny mosh. I'd rather be in a mosh pit of Pikachus than a mosh pit of piss drinkers. People have done God's deed in the bathroom of Ram's Head at Maryland Death Fest. Of course. That doesn't surprise me one bit. Wait. Where'd it go? Why did it jump up so high? Comments got all messed up here. Kinky Sizemore says, I miss the intense moshing of old. Never really got to see it firsthand except maybe at Slayer shows. I definitely was in some crazy fucking pits back in the day. The Hellfest ones were all insane because it was like a war zone. But plenty of club shows. Trying to think more. Been to lots of concerts. Lois says the piss thing is true. Gross. I mean, I'm not here to kink shame, but I am. Gross. Would have been fine if it wasn't a cover band. It would have been better. It would have been more acceptable. It's not like you got pissed on by, Judas Priest or somebody. You got pissed on by someone doing like ska covers of Rage Against the Machine. That's what it was. We always have a wheelchair guy in the pit in mosh pits in my city. Speaking of that, on 70,000 Tons of Metal during Venom, one wheelchair person who was in the pit, who isn't as exciting anymore to say, was Jeff from Possessed. Before, everything came out and leaked and whatever, someone was wheeling him in the mosh pit for Venom, which was cool to see at the time. Cole Bassett's left foot. Do you think the mud at Vakken has feces mixed into it? It 1000% has cow shit mixed into it. Yes. By the end of the festival, it 100% has human shit mixed into it. Definitely piss. Europeans don't give a fuck about just openly pissing wherever. But, yeah, no, that is not just mud. It's years and years of fermented cow shit just buried into the ground. On top of metal, sweat, and alcohol. Rocket, wake up, the chat is crazy, we need the fur. He's literally asleep right here in the corner. And I know as soon as I turn it off, he'll be going crazy. Something stupid with Dom. Wyatt, have you made any more Jewish space lasers? I have not, unfortunately. My money has been tied up. Between Godzilla, between tariffs, my money has been held back a little bit. But never say never. Stormier, I saw a guy crowd surfing in a wheelchair. I've seen a wheelchair crowd surfing without anyone in it, and everyone was like, Kinky Sizemore says, just announced, new Nevermore lineup is complete. Announcement coming soon. Cool. I believe my buddy Will from Anubis did not get in the band, so fuck them. No, I'm kidding. Let's see, I'm checking some news. Nope. As always, I checked all the metal websites for topics to cover on today's show, and I got nothing. Nothing. I'm stoked to see what happens with Nevermore. I really liked that band back in the day. Got to see them twice. It was great. Jeff Loomis is a badass. Josh Ellis says, gotta run, guys. It was fun talking about the autopsy piss pit. See you next week. We've got pool pits. We've got piss pits. We've got Pikachu pits. Damn. Remember back when just a mosh pit was crazy? Normal people would see just a normal mosh pit and just be like, oh my god, this is insane. And now we're like, we've got piss Pikachu pits. What you know about that with old people? Xander Dawson says, I've never gotten hurt in a mosh pit, but I nearly got taken out by Exciter's guitarist when he stage dived onto me. Damn. Nice. Anakin's anger management therapist. Wyatt, I saw you finish the Bane books. How were they? Still need to finish Air. I've been slacking. You need to catch up on it. Yeah. I'd recently finished the Darth Bane trilogy, the Star Wars books. Quite good. Very violent, very brutal and wouldn't hold back. I appreciated that it would suddenly kill important characters to the point where I had to reread it and be like, wait, what? And be like, oh shit. In my head, I was definitely picturing it like super violent and bloody. Because I was like, I'd love to see a movie or adaptation of it, but they would never do that with how fucking violent it is. It did have that terrible dog shit show, The Acolyte, took a couple of things from the book series into it. And to be fair, I think they're just as stupid in the book series as they were in the show. The main one being Kurtosis armor. So Bane, this is not a spoiler. Bane, when he's younger, is a Kurtosis miner, and that's a metal that can prevent lightsabers. And that's fucking stupid. Lightsabers should be able to cut through pretty much anything, period. Don't give me that shit. The second one was the lightsaber whip. There's a character in the Bane series that uses that, and again, just as stupid and useless and has no reason to exist. So, those are like extremely minor complaints. Those are just things that I remembered, but I recommend reading that series for sure. And then it's probably the most metal of it because people just get slaughtered horrifically. But right now I switched to Don Quixote, classic literature. I can't just read Star Wars books. I can't be that much of a nerd. I have to add some real literature in between and then go to Star Wars again. So I'm going to get to the younger Thrawn trilogy later, but right now I'm on Don Quixote. I'm on 3 chapters in, and it's fucking hilarious. It's great. And then I don't know what I'll do after that. A couple of others. I'm waiting for Halloween to read this H.P. Lovecraft book that a fan of the channel gave me, On Board 70,000 Tons of Metal, which was super cool. I very much appreciated that. I haven't checked it out yet because I'm going to wait for Halloween time, but yeah, I'm going to read it then. Anyway, enough of my rambling about Star Wars. Could Darth Bane beat Lemmy? I mean, he wouldn't want to because it's Lemmy. Bam, there you go. Let's see. Saw a guy bust out his Haika Moray war dance before a mosh pit started at an Epica concert. I cleared out. Was that in New Zealand? It wasn't like in Alabama, was it? Because that would be weird as fuck. At least it would make a little more. That shit has got way overplayed though. It was really fucking cool when they would do it in like certain situations or as to like as honor or respect, and then it started getting used in just really dumb shit. Like most things tend to. Denver! Okay, yeah, that's retarded. That's super retarded. Brenda Snow says, I was told from a very reliable, anonymous source, the same one CNN uses, that drones will be probing completely innocent metalheads at festivals this summer. And they're going to collect them all in a database and enroll them into the war for Ukraine. Yes, I believe that's 100% going to happen. I saw Phil Campbell, Bastard Son's Motorhead set Little Pit for Overkill. Nice. Very cool. Did we have other stuff? It is almost festival season, everybody. Do people have festivals coming up they're excited for? Any they want to go to, but they can't afford, like me. Brenda Snow, are you my reading teacher? You might... Sorry, I clicked the wrong... Damn it, come on. You might like Thralls of Metal. They do a lot of metal reviews, discussions of metal things, and nerd over 80s pop and classic horror movies. You'd like their humor, I just know it. Cool. I like humor and sarcasm. That's pretty much my language. Aftershock last year was fucking fire. It was pretty the day with Priest and Maiden was awesome. That was epic as shit. I felt like a little kid again, falling in love with metal and be like, "Oh my god." Kinky Sizemore says, "I'm only going to 2 fests, both in September." Yeah, it's pretty. It's honestly going to be pretty dry for me this year, unfortunately, with YouTube being a bitch. Plenty I would love to check out. We'll see if they happen. I need to try to get to Helsinki Metal Fest, but we'll see about that. If anyone wants to donate to get me to Firefest, and if that doesn't work out, then I'll go to Helsinki instead, and it'll work out. Sonic Temple and Denver Metal and Beer. That will be rad. I do want to hit up Maryland Death Fest, because I have not gotten to, and I know that would be sick. I just am not gonna have any ladies stand over me in the mosh pit at that one. Too much metal. Too much metal happening, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting arrested now. Jibber says Milwaukee Metal Fest, Lollapalooza, and possibly Riot Fest. Everyone was like, bro, Tyler the Creator. And I'm like, Korn, Tool, Cage the Elephant. And I'm like, Dark Insanity. Now on Spotify. Check out our EP, Rapid Psychosis, with lots of epic metal and shit. Cole says, I confess, I did the haku that drove Thomas away. There you go. Why would you... He just wanted the mosh pit to himself. Unhinged Festival in Denver. 471 2-day. Damn, that's pretty high for a 2-day pass. Who's playing Unhinged? Is that the... Oh, no. It's like a hardcore metal one. We've got Unhinged in Denver, Colorado. We got Knocked Loose, Dillinger Escape Plan, Lamb of God, In This Moment, Body Count, Power Trip, nice. Gatecreeper, nice. This is all pretty rad. That's a pretty expensive price. I mean, it looks good, but it's kind of expensive, damn. Dark Stigmata says, only going to Friday and Saturday of Aftershock. The other 2 days suck ass. Yeah, I think there was one day I would go to, maybe 2, but it didn't grab my attention as much this year. Anakin's anger management therapist. Wyatt, how does it feel to be a virgin? We listen to metal, we don't get pussy. Are you talking to the mirror right now? Everyone, 3, 2, 1.
Move this man!
There you go. Did you discuss Knocked Loose on the Kimmel Show and all the backlash it got? I don't think I did when it happened. No, yeah, just normies getting upset at loud noises. That's all it was. But they've had metal bands before. Like, they've had Lamb of God, they've had Slipknot, they've had Slayer. That's not super unexpected, but just like, yeah, a couple idiots complain. Booze and chat all around. Nice. Brenda Snow says, just like DoorDash and being able to finance a Big Mac now, metal festivals are going to start having to give loans for people to afford them. I mean, they basically already have. Festivals have been having payment plans for quite a while. For many years now. They'll do like 4-month, 10-month, whatever payments. The American festivals tend to do it because they charge for everything. and are just trying to rip you out of your money. Yeah, not even just concerts in like a concert at the Forum here in LA. You'd be able to take out a loan or pay in installments for that. I was talking to a friend about that fairly recently, about how concerts now have been made into a thing where the executives try to bill it as, oh, it's a event of a lifetime, so you want to be paying to get the experience of, like, fuck you. Concerts used to be, I mean, obviously you can't be doing normally like $5-10 tours anymore, but it used to be the ticket price to get into the concert was not like the factor of everything, the biggest factor that would make or break it, until greedy shithead CEOs took over. They'll all get booed. You got to talk about Gene Simmons' tour cancellation, though. That was hilarious. I heard that he canceled his tour. I thought it was because to play with Kiss. But let me check. We got Gene Simmons cancels 17 solo shows as Kiss announced unmasked reunion gig to mark fan club's 50th anniversary. After announcing high-priced road experience for solo shows, Gene Simmons has canceled more than... Okay, now I see what's pretty funny about that. Simmons has canceled 17 dates on his upcoming solo tour, for which he was selling the chance to be his roadie for $12,000. You would have to pay me so much more than that to be his roadie, let alone paying to do it. Fuck that. No reason has been given for canceling more than half of the Gene Simmons Band tour dates. It is said not to be linked to his health in any way. I didn't think so. While the pulled shows are being described as postponed, tickets are being refunded, and any of the roadie experience tickets sold for the affected shows can either be refunded or switched to any of the remaining available days. So if anyone paid that, do they get like $6,000 back? In a statement, some lady who runs Simmons' backstage VIP fan experience says the April dates and Texas leg of their May dates have all been postponed until 2026. That's it. And Kiss announced a show, because of course they did. I guess it's just for fan clubs, so it's fine, but... yeah. Imagine wanting to pay $12,000 to fucking be around Gene Simmons. Ugh. Yeah, hard pass. Roadies get backaches. If you're Gene Simmons in more ways than one. Paying an artist to be their roadie is the most retarded shit ever. Yeah, dude. Hello, Mr. Gene Simmons. Here's $12,000. And he's like, great, go get me a coffee. And you're like, oh, yes, sir. This is so amazing. I got to pay $12,000 for Gene Simmons to spit on me. Kinky Sizemore says, ticket sales were that bad. That's why. That would make sense. Yeah, if they gave no reason at all, I could see that. I can't imagine that many people wanting to see Gene Simmons solo. You know? Gerbert says, half the comments on the Lollapalooza Instagram thing is, bro, this is awesome. And the other half is like, bro, this sucks. I don't even know half the bands. I'm very disappointed in kids. I mean, I'm not surprised at all. That sounds very accurate. Going to Prague Power USA this year. This is my first metal festival. I'm 19, and I'm looking forward to the experience. And who's replacing Iron Savior? I'm sure you'll have a great time. I have friends who go to that and say it's amazing. Speaking of which, I think didn't Hell's Heroes just wrap up? That one's been on my radar that I need to check out. It hasn't happened yet. Brenda says, imagine the ticket prices if Kiss plays the Sphere in Vegas. Take out a second mortgage. That would be interesting. I have not been to the Sphere yet. I would love to. It seems so interesting. They should definitely have some crazy metal shows there. Ugh. Ugh, sorry, my bad. Daniel with the correct question here says, wait a minute. There are 67 people here, but only 30-ish likes. Like the stream, people. Be metal. If you don't like the stream, you are a poser and you need to repent. That's right. Help me help you. Let's see if there's anything like breaking to talk about. I don't think so. Oh, the Nevermore Has a Lineup post is out. I don't think it says the lineup. Cool. Yeah, it's just them saying that they got the choices. Well, that's cool. I'm on the lookout for that. Anything else exciting? Probably not. This is why it's Metal Confession Show. Welcome to Maury. Welcome to Metal Maury. There we go. And we'll just tell all of our dark, crazy stories. Seems like a weirdly slow news day. Fuck! That. Anyway, I was going to say, my next video, I think, I was planning on will be worst band breakups. Because that should do pretty well with like algorithm and stuff. There's been a lot of funny ones recently. Most of them are from the last like year or so. But I found like 10 pretty hilarious band breakups to go through. That video will be worked on. And then the idea came up with here from all you guys of crazy smosh pits. Since I fucked up and forgot to put the pool pit in the concerts video. Mosh pits want to be good. And then trying to do more stuff, but I'm only one man with only half a pizza. Oh yeah, gel. Didn't even talk about that. Yeah, that one's on the list for sure. I didn't even cover the gel breakup. We could go over it here really quick. Anakin's anger management therapist says, I'm out, Wyatt. Gonna go watch the second Harry Potter movie and the rest of the franchise for the first time. Take care, man. Have fun. Thanks for tuning in. How dare you betray Star Wars with your name like Anakin? Going to watch Harry Potter. The story of me breaking my leg at Aftershock, and I was on the couch for 3 months in pain, miserable. It was the first time I binge watched all the Harry Potter movies. It was a good way to spend the time. Yeah. Not a damn thing. Slow news day. I'm gonna go over the gel story, and then we'll probably wrap up. I had no idea what the band Gel looked like. And I'm not surprised at all. Holy shit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but yeah. Who is the singer? Past members, all of them. Now. Hang on, I want to get what does this motherfucker look like? They're another retarded power violence band. Not all power violence is retarded, but a lot of it is. But not all of it. Who is the singer? If it was the chick, that would have been fucking hilarious. Is it? Wait. Oh, that's transgender, isn't it? Yeah, okay. That makes it fun. I did not even know that. I just knew the crazy breakup story. It's either a fucking... Oh, well, they're saying... I'm so confused. I thought it was the vocalist, right? Was it not the vocalist? Was it the guitarist? Am I tripping? Probably help if I just read the story. Ex-guitarist. I am stupid. I apologize. I thought it was it's always vocalists getting in trouble. That was my mistake. I had the completely wrong person. Shit, okay, it was an Anthony. Which one is Anthony Webster? Damn, I was being a bigot for no reason. I thought it's always the singer of the hardcore bands. Come on. That was an honest mistake. Why is it so hard to find a picture of this motherfucker? You, fat boy. Apparently this is the one who did the stuff. Not the singer. I was wrong. Anyway, let's go through their story. But before we do, really quick, let me pull it up right here. We have someone in the chat has a little bit too much of an ego problem and needs to be brought down to earth. So on the count of 3, everyone. Wait, where'd it go? 3, 2, 1.
Move this man!
Alright. You got your wish. Anyway. Jail breakup over former guitarist's heinous acts statement issued. It would probably help if I could read. New Jersey hardcore punk band Gel have called it a career after revealing a disturbing series of heinous acts by their former guitarist that the band claims has done irreparable damage to the group. The band had been on an upward trajectory, lining up tours with Spiritbox and Volbeat this year after garnering some attention through an EP. I've never listened to this band at all before. This one seems quite unfortunate. But let's just get into it. Don't they just have... Oh yeah, here it is. So the band Gel said, "Hey everyone, friends and fans. Gel is no longer a band and therefore will not be playing any of our currently scheduled upcoming shows. The reason is pretty simple at its core. The former guitar player, Anthony Webster, not the vocalist, has committed such heinous acts in trying to forward himself in his musical career that he's done irreparable damage to the band in the process, and it's affected us as human beings more than we can even attempt to explain, to the point of being completely unable to do the band anymore." Before we get to that, he says, heinous acts in trying to forward himself in his musical career. Let's get to what these acts were and see how they would possibly further his career. He's stolen tens of thousands of dollars from us, and the best part is that he left it all on record for us to eventually find, like a fucking idiot. He spent it on his own rent, personal food orders, and really whatever else he wanted to, because for a long period of time, no one had access to the bank account, or any accounts for that matter, but him, which is very suspicious, despite numerous attempts to gain access. Because, you know, we're a band, and we should have all had access to those things. Correct. But also, oh yeah, he also spent it on a truly unbelievable number of OnlyFans purchases and mysterious Cash App transactions, likely in the same lane. This guy broke up his band not even for a cool reason. Wasn't like, you know, he got in an epic bar fight or he was a major drug dealer or anything. He was a fucking pathetic OnlyFans purchaser. To the point where it was an unbelievable number of it. Not like one. Not like he had 2 OnlyFans chicks that he likes. An unbelievable number. Sir, I think you have a problem. Goon is life. You know what? Respect. Respect. Blood Red says only idiots pay for porn. This is the correct answer as well. Anthony, OnlyFans addict, needs to and was a fucking gooner. Gooner is a disgusting term and I hate everyone who uses it. Anthony Webster is ill. He needs help and support from his OnlyFans. He needs someone to be there for him, and that someone is scantily clad 18, 19, 21-year-olds. OnlyFans is lame as shit, by the way, for anyone wondering. It's not worth ruining a band over, or getting into any kind of debt over. He posted nude images of band members on Reddit for the world to see. Yep. Just casually, for who knows what purpose.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
So my question before, when I'm not blaming the person who wrote this at all, I'm just something funny I noticed. Committed heinous acts to afford himself in his music career. How does leaking nudes of your band members and spending unfathomable amounts on OnlyFans purchases possibly going to further your musical career? You're not going to get a meeting with a record executive and be like, by the way, we'd like to see your OnlyFans receipts. Oh boy, don't worry. I have got that on lock. There's other people, you know, work merch, write lyrics. I'm on OnlyFans. I can't imagine they would go to a major record label and that label would do a search and be like, oh, the band members' naked pictures are on here of them like sleeping in the bunk on the bus. Weird. How's that going to be like, oh, we should sign them for sure. This guy's like Homer Simpson with a crayon in his brain. Don't insult Homer Simpson like that. Come on. He's dumb, but he's not this fucking twisted. This is a ploy by the band to get attention. The band were already getting attention. They were already on major tours, and then they broke up completely. If it's a ploy, it is a not good one at all. I really don't think that. If it was a ploy, they'd probably try to get like a different member. Especially a guitarist. I don't understand why people pay to have white stringy stuff come out of your stick. Sir. What do we even say that? I was going to tell you to repent, but I already did. I don't want to do it again. The real question is, who the fuck names a band Gel? Are we still in 1973? This is a weird name. This is a really weird name. So, let that one really sink in. He did that all while still in the band with us too, by the way. It would honestly probably be worse if he did it when he was not in the band. Not that either was good. Luckily, he's truly terrible at covering up his tracks, so we have the receipts to prove that one too. What are the receipts? Just like a Reddit post of being like, haha, guys, look at my singer. He put us in physically dangerous situations numerous times, from talking shit on the band Twitter and getting our van window smashed in with a baseball bat. You see what happens, Jill? You see what happens when you're talking shit online? To regularly driving erratically like a psychopath because he was upset for, again, who knows what reason. Oh yeah, he wouldn't let anyone else drive either, by the way. Like, ever? Like, there's a lot of red flags. I'm just saying. And throwing things at us because he's a little fucking baby and can't handle himself like an adult. How long was all this going on for? It was always the same with him. Absolute misery and inconsideration for anyone and everyone around him. Well, except for the people who he wanted to impress and would feign being a nice guy to, LOL. Until he took nudes of them and sold them online. Now, I'm sure a lot of people are thinking, well, why didn't you just stop dealing with it? Why didn't you just leave? If you've ever been in an abusive relationship, emotionally and or physically, you'll probably understand this better. It's like that, but with your life's work and passion at the forefront as well. It's not so easy to just give something up that you care so much about, especially with pressures from outside organizations. People, etc., that are all counting on you in some way. We wish this could have all been easier. We wish that didn't have to end this way. We're fighters, though, and we saw it through to the very end until it simply couldn't go on anymore, and we're proud of that. Yeah, fuck that, dude. That sucks balls. You're announced for a major tour, you think everything's going well, and then what? How do you find out about that? Maybe they were like, oh, my bands are doing so well. You know what? I'm going to do a Google search just on us and see what comes up. And there's like nudes of them on Reddit. And they're like, what the fuck? That's from Anthony's bunk. On that note, we'd like to send our most sincere and deepest apologies to anyone who this is affecting on a personal level and beyond. We know so many people were counting on us, including Spiritbox, Volbeat, our good friends, and Anxious. They're anxious now. We're so sorry that we have to end it this way, and we truly hope the best for all. Yeah, that one's going on the list. Yeah, this does sound more like vocalist behavior. See? It wasn't just me being a dick. I genuinely thought it was the vocalist. But yeah, that's crazy. Remember when bands would break up because they like stole each other's drugs or girlfriends or like normal reasons? And then it's this stupid shit. Bands breaking up because they're trying to force transitions and fucking killing each other. World's dumbest musician criminal. I think it's a tie between Varg and Tim Lambesis for now. They're both pretty retarded. That would be a very funny clickbait video. 12 most retarded criminal musicians. Ah. This shit wouldn't have broken up Motley Crue. Hell no. They would have put up with it. This is like a biopic-ass end to the band. Yeah. Surprised that this isn't a singer. Ugh. Brenda says, I hate it when my bandmate steals my money and releases nudes of me. Happens every time. Each time I think, oh boy, I'm good. I can finally go take a shower in the backstage area. Nudes are online the next day, every time. That man is going to prison for being a gooner. He should. He fucking should. Weirdo. Manuel, when will Dark Insanity post Wyatt's nudes on Reddit? How dare you, sir? They would post them on OnlyFans to at least get some money out of it. That shit's not going up for free. Come on. Defending Fandom, good afternoon. What is up? Thanks for tuning in. Mr. Darkmare, who would you want to collaborate with someone on YouTube, Wyatt? There's plenty. Lots of people, depending on how it would work out. I don't know. It'd be awesome to interview Tank the Tech. I would love to be able to chat with Critical Drinker. There's plenty. All types, not just metal. Plenty of YouTubers. Like, most YouTubers I watch, in some way would be down to chat with. It'd be really cool to go on, like, FNT or stuff like that. But we do even better on Saturday Night Hypnosis over on Hypnotic's channel, where we talk hellish shit. But yeah, that's a lot of the craziness that's going on for now, I think. Something stupid with Dom. Why? How much money would it cost for you, Dark Insanity, to feature on a song? You mean to like do a guest appearance on a different song or something? I think that would just have to be like talked about in like in DMs and figured out and everything. I know that's more of a like discussion to be figured out rather than like a set price or anything. You should have a tournament poll for worst music criminals. That'd be pretty good. Yeah. Anyway, I think that is going to be it for now, to be honest. Don't really have much else to talk about. Still have half of my cold pizza to finish. Going to be doing videos. Since you are a vocalist, are you a dickhead? Yes. That is the answer. If you're a vocalist in a band, you have to be late. You have to never carry anything. Don't help out in any way at all. But yeah, with that said, that'll be it for now. Check out the channel. Please like the video, share the videos to your friends and your enemies. I'm going to be on my friend's show, New Blackstreet, on Friday. It's going to be super offensive and fun. Check it out. And we will try to have more streams up soon. And I will catch you.
Now, this might strike some viewers as harsh, but I believe everyone involved in this story should die.